What's up YouTube? Mr. Jimbo Fox here with another vid as promised. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever it is you may celebrate, whether you do, whether you don't, well wishes to everyone. Just wanted to, I've been putting this one off for a little while simply because I really wanted to, I guess you could say, get a really vast working knowledge of this particular item here, as well as really wanted to do my homework, get comfortable with it, and really put it through some serious both everyday carry and use before I bothered to do a review on it. So I've been cooking this one up here for months. So I think I'm finally ready to give you all my 2 cents on this. This is the first review of this type that I've done so far, so if y'all will please bear with me. I'm going to do the best that I can on this one. Anyways, without further ado, as you can see, I've got a box in front of me. Some of you may recognize the logo. It says Ruger on it. This is the very first firearm I have ever owned or purchased. This is the Ruger SR9. Fairly new. I think it's only in its second model year. I believe it came out in 2008. I could be wrong. I bought this new from budsgunshop.com. Could not be more pleased with them. Their customer service and speed of order and everything was just fantastic. Really, it was a really good experience dealing with them. On their website, if you look at it right now, this gun retails for $398 shipped. Buds doesn't charge shipping fees, but you will have to pay a transfer fee when it gets to your state. In my state, the great state of Virginia, it is a $30 transfer fee. But still, even at about $430, that's still less than I could find this gun at any retail shop by at least 50 bucks. So I'm very happy with the experience, and also very happy with the item in particular. As you can see, it comes with 2 magazines, in this particular case 2 17-round magazines. This is a 17+1 gun, and it comes with this very handy mag loader, which, believe me, on new magazines is incredibly helpful, because the springs in them get really stiff before they really get worn in, and it really helps to have something like this around to help you load the ammunition. So anyways, let me do the jingle here and give you all the quick. As you can see, there is no magazine in this. Quick safety check. This gun is not loaded. What can I say about this? Overall, I am incredibly impressed with this gun. I have shot Rugers and shot many firearms throughout my life. I've shot a Ruger P90 and a P95, which are both guns that are, I guess, just slightly on a lower tier than this. This is kind of just a hair or two up above those two as far as price and just the tier of weapon that this is in. This is Ruger's first striker fire pistol. For those of you not familiar with striker fire, there's a lot of them out there, such as the Springfield Arms series, which is more specifically the Springfield XD series. Those are striker fire. Glocks are very similar to striker fire. They don't call it that, but it's basically the same thing. The meaning of striker fire is it does not have a hammer. Meaning, kind of like in the old school cop movies and Wild West and stuff like that, they would cock the hammer. As you can see, this has no hammer. There's basically a striker pin that's responsible for the ignition of the cartridge. So anyways, without boring you with stuff like that, this is a 9mm gun. It does not come in 40 or 45 calibers, although I have heard through the rumor mill that due to the enormous success of this gun, according to Ruger, on their words, not mine, that they are considering bringing this out in a 40 or 45 caliber model. I think that would be very wise of them to do so, simply because gun collectors usually like variety when it comes to calibers of guns. Personally, I'm very satisfied with 9mm. I think it's perfect for this particular frame and this particular setup. It shoots flawlessly right out of the box. The sights on this are the standard 3-dot. Let's see if you guys can get a decent picture of that. If you can't, I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can with this. Right out of the box, the sights were pretty close to dead on. I had no problems being very accurate with this, and I am not what I would call an experienced shooter. I have done some shooting. I do know basic firearm safety, and I know how to hit something that's 10 feet away. And it's really pick up and go with this thing. There's not a really big learning curve. It's an excellent, in my opinion at least, an excellent first firearm for those of you out there who are looking for your first handgun purchase, this absolutely has my recommendation on every single level. The kick on this is very low recoil. Accuracy, very good. I haven't really pushed it out more yet at the range to more than about 15 feet. But so far, even for, I would call a novice like me, it's very simple to fire. It's not complicated. Trigger pull, I would put, if I had a scale of 1 to 3, 1 being like hair trigger and 3 being dead heavy, I would put this at a 2. It's not really hard to pull, and it's not really super easy to pull, meaning you don't have to worry about this thing going off, simply because the trigger's a little bit too sensitive. So I would just, if I had to pick one word to categorize the trigger with respect to the gun, comfortable. It fits. It just absolutely works with the mechanics of the gun itself as far as the way it fires. As far as technical specifications, this gun is a 4.1 inch barrel. So it's smaller than a 1911, but it's a little bit bigger than a subcompact like an XD-SC from Springfield Armory. As far as weight, it's 26.5 ounces unloaded. So considering the size of the gun, it's actually very light. Not quite as light as an all-polymer Glock, but very close, especially considering this has a stainless steel slide. It's only a few ounces heavier than a Glock of the same size, which is just incredible. It's got 2 safeties. Not sure if you can see this, but it's got one right here. It's got a Glock/Beretta style safety. It's got ambidextrous mag release on the left and the right. Ambidextrous safety, thumb safety. Very awesome. Let's see. Takedown on this thing is incredibly simple. As you can see, it's got a little push through right there, which comes out through a pin on the other side. This basically pops out once the slide is racked back. You push a little tab down inside and the slide comes off. It took me about 2 tries to get the mechanics of this down pat before everything went perfectly. The takedown on it is very easy, especially for someone like me who is not super experienced at this stuff. It makes cleaning very, very simple. Let's see, what else can I say about this? Like I said, it does have 2 17-round magazines. Personally, I think that's a big plus. It's nice having a high-capacity magazine in such a budget price gun. $398 for a gun that's got these features is an absolute bargain. The only other guns I could find that were anywhere close to this were the new Smith & Wesson series, which look basically... the new Smith & Wessons, I'm going to call a spade and just say they look like Glocks. They really do. And that's cool because there's nothing wrong with Glocks. Also, Glocks I would put in that same category. The Springfield Armory, the XD series, absolutely. And maybe H&K or Sig Sauer. This, by far, is at minimum $100 cheaper than all of the other brand names I just mentioned with comparable models, especially for something with 17-round magazines. So if you're looking for something that's practical, something that's reliable, and something that's easy to shoot, and something that's affordable, and you want it 9mm, this is the best bang for your buck, in my opinion. I'm not going to pass that off as fact. I think it's outstanding. The grip in my hand, at least in my specific hand, is absolutely perfect. It feels so comfortable when you hold it. Speaking of grips, this is a really cool feature. This little guy right here, hopefully you all can see that, this little strip up the back. The pin comes out of the bottom here and you can actually reverse this. Right now I've got it in the arched grip setup there, arched grip configuration. You can reverse this and it'll go to absolutely flat, depending on which way you like it. Personally, I like the arch. It just seems to fit in my hand a little bit better. I like the extra real estate, so that I can have good retention inside of my palm. It just feels more comfortable to me. But hey, whatever works for you. It's got the standard 3-dot sights. Like I said, they are adjustable for windage and elevation. I haven't had to do that yet simply because I haven't had a problem being accurate with it. Another really cool feature, not sure if you guys can see this, it says loaded when up. Basically, when you've got a round in the chamber, this little guy pops up and it's got red markings on the side, basically letting you know that the gun is chambered, so that you don't have to bother to check it or rack the slide to see if you've got a round chambered. This little tab in the back also pops out when the gun is cocked. So again, lots of really cool safety features in an extremely budget price. In conclusion, I'm very, very impressed with this gun from Ruger Firearms. I think they have an absolute winner on their hands. I'm absolutely just overjoyed that we can get something like this that is, as you see right here, made in the United States of America. I think it's Prescott, Arizona, if memory serves, is where their new factory is. So good for them. Just a little quick side note here.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and close it there. Thanks, everyone.